Now, I'm happy to receive my main guest in today's edition of the program, formerly Miss Azam Hotel 2016, Evangelical Queen Cameroon 2019, Miss Mice Cameroon 2020, Face of Mama Africa 2021, Miss Peace Ambassador Cameroon 2022, Widafest Ambassador Cameroon, Miss Noun. This is what we're celebrating, Miss West Africa 2023. Lady Hart, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
Refreshed.
Okay, I'm happy to have you.
Pleasure.
You have a lot under your belt as far as achievements are concerned. Now, Lady Hart, the recent one, the one everybody is celebrating, the one everybody is talking about. You went to Nigeria, you saw, you conquered, and now you're back home with a crown. Miss West Africa 2023.
Yeah, it was actually a very tough event because it's a program that started since last year.
Okay.
And we're selected to represent based on our past contributions to society and our love for culture. So I was really fortunate that with the support from Cameroonians, our own, I was selected to be the one to represent Cameroon. And yes, they kept on supporting me amongst every other thing that I've been doing. And finally, we are here right now. Finally,
we're here. Perhaps you should share your experience with Cameroonians watching this morning. How was it over there in Nigeria?
Well, Nigeria itself, to me, is always a welcoming place. Based on whatever you have to do there specifically. And this event was organized by Supermodels Africa. This is an organization that is based in Nigeria, and their focus is to raise up women that can be able to be voices in their society, and yes, voices in Africa. And these are women that care and love culture, women that can contribute something and give back to the community. So we had representatives from different parts of Africa. We had different countries, and we're like 17 in number.
Okay.
17 different African countries, including Nigerians. So that's it.
Okay, now, apart from your physical appearance, I'm sure that there is something that caught the eye over there. And now we're talking project. What actually stuck with the jury or the judges? What would you say was about your project that actually, stuck with them?
I really cannot pinpoint anything specific because picking out the final result was not just about your project or whatever you said or whatever you do. They have been giving us a lot of different things before the final test and everything. Firstly, they'll ask you to prepare presentations. They'll ask you questions. For example, they can ask you, who is an influencer, who is a model, why should you be someone of impact? They give you questions that you can only answer if you know what you're doing. And also, the previous things that you do, and yes, media influence was also a very vital part. So they gave us, one of the most toughest part was about the vote online. Having people support you, so if you don't have anybody to support you, you definitely cannot be a leader without people standing behind you. So they give us targets to meet. They give us different things. And yes, I have a project, Heart Development Initiative, which is a project that is interested in youth development, agriculture, business, arts and entertainment. And my main focus in this is the youth and the women, because I always say a better woman for a better community. Like whoever you just read there right now said a woman can do and undo. If women choose to be of good impact, then our community will be better, and yes, our children will be better. So my main focus is always on how can we as women be better off than who we are right now. And in our young ages, in our mid ages, because we will not deny that most of the problems we have today is because of the failures, some of the failures of our parents and our forefathers. There are stuff that we wish that they didn't do, and there are things we wish that they did. Gratitude to the ones they did positively. You see, but we see that women in this hard time, we need a lot of fixing. And our youth, we need a lot of adjustment.
And how do you intend turning things around?
Well, firstly, I can't do it alone. Like right now I'm here, and I'm indirectly calling the whole community, the whole nation in and out, that I cannot do this alone, and one hand cannot tie a bundle. So this is not a project for Lady Hard, it's not a project for Civolin, it's not me. I am just a face standing, but we have a whole community behind. And there are different ways that we intend to achieve. Firstly, we create different sources of employment, because we know that people can only be good at when they can deliver when they have something. You don't expect to just pick up someone from somewhere and just expect results when that person cannot even make a living. A lot of us go into different activities negatively because we want to strive for a living, you see. And if we can have different sources of employment to add up with what we already have, it's going to be very amazing. And also, identifying talents, identifying skills. You know, they asked me a question like, if you were to say what's the biggest problem of the youth or the young people in this town or in this time, what will you say? I always give one response: is the problem of identity.
Okay.
We photocopy a lot. We don't want to be us, we want to be A, we want to be B. Because this person is good in a refrigerator, I don't want to be a charger anymore. I just want to be this, you see. And that now, it kills what God has given me. It kills my own personality. And I know that if we identify who we are differently, trust me, we will be better off than who we are right now.
So it's about believing in self.
Yes, believing in self, great, and developing who you are from inside. So I have this little corner in Heart's Development Initiative called Home of Discoveries, where in Home of Discoveries, you're able to dig deep right inside of you, you know, to bring out that hidden person. Everybody can be a leader in every domain. The fact that I'm standing here as a beauty queen right now doesn't mean that you have to be like that. You can be a star, whoever you are. You know, one of the famous preachers said, having identified where you belong, stick to it until you become a star. And it starts by you identifying where you belong.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was, you know, watching a contest, a singing contest some time ago, and there was this guy who was so talented, and one of the judges told him something at the end of the day. He said, you have heights to attain, but whatever you do, never forget who you are.
Great.
And where you come from.
Right.
So that's what this is about for you.
Yes, this is it. And where you come from, the theme of my project is always restoring the lost culture. This is something that I carried personally because I am so interested in our culture. I am so interested in virtue. We lose a lot of virtue because we are picking up wrong habits. You see, we are losing ourselves. We are losing our personality. We are losing the real identity that we have. And if we can come back to our roots, we are going to be stronger than who we are.
Now, I have this question for you. Youth and women empowerment and community development